want to move on again, and this is another one because this is incredible. This rock paper scissors that's happening. Who owns the customer? McDonald's. Well, I spent $1 trillion. I put the arches around the world. I trained my staff. My menu developed. Advertising. Even a clown convincing kids to buy Happy Burgers. And the next day, Uber Eats or Skip the Dishes shows up. Who am I loyal to? My app? They can bring me the world that I want, or McDonald's? Are we dealing in a situation now where all the goodwill that's hidden on balance sheets, the value of the brands, are going to be eroded almost overnight because these apps act like a Trojan horse, penetrate your phone, and in doing so, start controlling the consumer and their behavior?
Look, I think, first of all, the food delivery business is actually a pretty crappy business, right? I think a lot of them reported last night, they're just not making any money. They're effectively spending $10 to make $8. So in terms of how long there'll be this many players, that remains to be seen. There'll probably be some consolidation. Now, when it comes to how restaurants can work with them, the challenge the food delivery apps have is they're just selling you commodity product. It's a person who delivers food. And I can beat you up on price, and then I can beat somebody else up on price. So I think the restaurants actually have more power in this game than the food delivery apps do.
But don't you think the restaurants are surrendering that power? Because I see somebody go down the street with Uber Eats, and they're coming to a sports stadium because the kids are too lazy to go to the store, and one of them's getting KFC and one's getting McDonald's. But we're both excited about the fact that Uber Eats brought it to me. Who owns the customer in that relationship?
I still think it's product wins. I still think that when I get that meal at my door, I'm happy that I got a Happy Meal and not an Uber delivered meal. I don't care about.
Yeah, I don't want an Uber hamburger. I want a McDonald's hamburger.
I just go to the site and go, is it Uber Eats or is it one of the other guys?
So you've never bought private label in the grocery store?
Sure I do.
Well, why would you buy private label? Don't you want Coca-Cola? Why would you buy President's Choice Cola?
Because I prefer Coca-Cola.
But why do you go to private label?
Because in certain cases, the private label might be good enough. In this case, I mean, where the opportunity for the food delivery apps is if they start setting up the ghost kitchens where they can make their own meals and then ship them out. That's when they own the consumer.
Shipping whole and local foods.
There you go. See,
guys, at the end of the day, today's consumer wants convenience. It's the app, right? I don't think it has anything to do with the brand necessarily in this case. If you want McDonald's, if you want KFC, you want an app that will get it for you.
A lot of them have their own apps.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's not that difficult to develop your own app. If you want to buy, because delivery is a loss leader business. It always has been, right? Delivery was created so you can get your product out there, and you would pay for that. And you'd hopefully attract people into your restaurant.
But Skip the Dishes and Uber are charging up to 30%.
But to Setti's point, yes, that's right. So they're eating into the local person's margin.
I think Skip the Dishes is eating the restaurant.
You could say that, but the restaurant doesn't have to list on.
So I want to go to another chess match we've got dealing with. When I grew up, the only thing you ever ordered was pizza. I knew the phone number by heart.
Yep,
we all did.
I mean, I don't,
still do.
And so, how's the pizzas going to survive when this adventurous palate, when my app can get me anything? What are pizza places going to have to do to sort of say I'm still going to be part of that consideration set? Because you want sushi, and over here you want locally grown and owned or whatever you're talking about. How are we going to survive as a pizza chain?
Develop your own app, number one. You want to get outreach, right? At the end of the day, it's about the bottom line. So if your top line is growing, but your bottom line is not, you have a problem. So you want to get it into as many hands or mouths as you possibly can. And one way to do that, and to your point earlier, you're right, these delivery services take a significant margin or bite out of your profit. So develop your own app. It's not that difficult.
I bet you develop your own app and put it where? Because the average consumer is going, I've already got too many apps.
Well, no, but if you want to look, and this is the angle you use, right? You could say it's local. Don't let these big multinational companies displace your local eatery.
Would you put a local eatery app on your phone?
If I have a restaurant and I want to be in the delivery game, don't forget, once you're in the delivery game, you're saying something about what segment of the market you're attracting.
I'm moving on. I'm taking as a judge in the court. I think if I'm waking up to tomorrow morning as McDonald's or anybody else, and I look at Skip the Dishes, I'm going, I'm losing control of that because the data is with Skip the Dishes, and I think the data matters most.